Hey everybody, thank you for watching the Mile High Biker. My name is Steven. I am the Mile High Biker, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about bike lanes. Okay, now I know for some people, bike lanes are a bit of a touchy subject, right? Like, do we need them? Do they actually make things worse? And, I drive my car around town, I ride my bike around town. I kind of have some ideas either way on both of those. So, today I'm out at a particular bike lane here on Franklin Street in Denver. This is the one I want to talk about. Let's get into it. Do bike lanes actually work? Are bike lanes providing a safe and comfortable place for cyclists to be in traffic? Um, does it make it easier for drivers and their cars to predict and navigate around cyclists for general infrastructure? Like, are bike lanes achieving what we want transportation infrastructure to achieve, right? To get us from one place to another as safely, comfortably, efficiently as possible, right? And so, do bike lanes do that? What do you think about you and your town, your city? Do you have bike lanes? Are they making cycling around easier for you, or is it actually making it more of a pain? Some bike lanes, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm glad that I have a good place in the traffic. I feel pretty safe. Sometimes there's a little bit of like a buffer paint. Again, all these bike lanes are just paint. We're not talking about real infrastructure, which is always a risk with a bike lane that a vehicle can cross over that line at any point in time. There's nothing to stop that from happening, right? And so sometimes there's just that little bit of uneasiness when you're in a bike lane. Okay. I feel like I'm often pushed off to the side, and the feeling that kind of creates as a cyclist for me is okay, I really know where I stand to in my place in my city. There's like a hierarchy on the road, right? And cars, obviously, cars are number one. Everything has been designed for cars. And if you're a cyclist, I don't even know, am I number two? Are pedestrians number two? What about your trucks and service vehicles that are going around cities, trash vehicles, things like that? Like, where do they put these different categories of commuters and people getting around? Is there like a priority list? I think there is, and I think it's cars, number one. And so you kind of feel like a second class citizen or something as a cyclist, which doesn't feel great. Doesn't feel great. All right, so now let's talk about the bike lane specifically that I have a lot of experience with, which is here on Franklin Street between, oh gosh, 18th, this is 19th, 20th, and this bike lane goes to maybe 21st, I think, from 18th to 21st here on Franklin through the hospital here, is now a bike lane. And it didn't used to be a bike lane, it used to be a Sharrow, right? Sharrows, honestly, I gotta say, I'm a big fan of. Okay, now this is just my personal experience with this. Your experience is maybe different, right? Uh, this used to be a Sharrow, okay? And there used to be parking along the side of the road. And then you had your Sharrow, and the Sharrow is supposed to indicate your place in the lane. It's usually off to the right, um, kind of putting you in the door zone, but it's not a hard barrier, right? Like you're kind of taking the lane. And I always, honestly, in retrospect and hindsight here, I felt better when I would ride these few blocks and I was able to just take the lane. It's not a super heavy traffic road. Traffic is not going fast. It's 25 miles an hour down this road. Um, and so it just, as a Sharrow, I was in the lane. I knew where my spot was, and I was safe. I knew I'm out in front of cars. They see me, and coming up to stop signs, not a problem. And it's all different now, right? Now we've got this bike lane. So The number one thing that I noticed after the change is, okay, now I'm off to the side. They've squished me off to the side. Now I'm in the gutter and I'm running along the curb. Other general problems with bike lanes, stuff in the bike lane, right? So now there's a couple places over here where cars can pull off to unload, and there's actually a spot on the other side of the bike lane. But oftentimes these big trucks and things, they don't get all the way over, and so now there's a bike lane that can be blocked and is often blocked by delivery vehicles, cars that are parked there, not to mention in the winter, right? This road is not cleared, so none of it's cleared anyways. And then cars driving up and down smushes and kicks all the snow and the dirt and whatever off into the bike lane. And the bike lane is just completely unusable at that point in time. Another thing that happens to me much more now that this is a bike lane and not a Sharrow is, well, there's two things. Number one, cars pass me much closer, much faster. They're just simply a lot less careful when they're going around cyclists because I think it's because, you have this perceived barrier of the bike lane there and they feel like, oh, well, I can just pass. I don't have to follow that 3 foot rule, which is still in Colorado a statewide rule that you have to get cyclists 3 feet. But because of the bike lane, cars will still ride that white line still going maybe 30, 35 over the speed limit, and they're passing you, and it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable at all. Um, Also, now since I'm off to the side, cars want to come up in front of you and turn right. They're going to turn into this parking garage. They're going to turn this road here, even if I'm already at the stop sign, and they're going to turn up into the hospital up at the next stop sign. So that has happened to me now infinitely more than it did before because I was in front of the car in the Sharrow. The only way they could go around me, they had to take that other lane. They had to go over the double yellow line, take the left, side of the road to pass in a safe manner, giving me lots of room, which is why it was more comfortable, right? But now with this bike lane, that's not the case. What are your thoughts? If you're riding around your town, do you choose roads with bike lanes? Do you have bike lanes? Do you wish that you had bike lanes? Do you think they would make a difference in your area? We just, I don't know. But, tell me in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more videos about Denver bike infrastructure and the way that we get around the Mile High City. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.